Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called New York Landlords Are Now Panic Selling Everything. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, we ask that you please post a link to today's episode on all your social media to help get the word out about the show. Now, let's get started. So, just when you thought the people running New York City couldn't possibly get any crazier, they've proved all of us wrong. They are now planning to do something so insane and inherently evil that it's clear they are on a mission to destroy everything and everybody in the city of New York. It's as though Satan himself has taken charge of the city and put every evil plan he can think of into effect. The worst part of all of this is that you have to expect that many other cities that take their cues from New York will also start implementing these insane new policies. That's because what New York has done will be replicated in LA, San Francisco, Chicago, and every other lunatic asylum pretending to be an actual city. So what did New York do? New York has just announced that they are going to prevent landlords from running criminal background checks on people applying to be their tenants. Now take a deep breath and think about the severity of this for a second. Whether you're a small-time landlord who saved hard to purchase a rental property or a major real estate company and you own and control many rental buildings, you will no longer be in control of your own property. This means that if gangbangers or pedophiles or arsonists or murderers or drug dealers or countless other categories of criminals want to apply to rent with you, you no longer have the permission to run criminal background checks. You no longer have the ability to protect your other tenants from these criminal predators. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, why is that a big deal? Don't people deserve a second chance? Well, let me tell you why it is an extraordinarily big deal. When criminal groups move in, they like to take control of everything around them. Drug dealers who move into your property will start selling drugs in your building. Pedophiles will start to hang around the children. Gangbangers will start extorting money from people in the complex. Sexual predators in your building will start molesting or raping other tenants. Do you really think that murderers or gangbangers are going to be worried about getting evicted when they did something illegal or broke one of the rules of the building? Do you really believe that the defunded police in New York are going to respond to a 911 call about tenants acting crazy in your building? The police in New York and other cities are already overwhelmed, sometimes taking hours and hours to respond to 911 calls because they're just responding to way too many calls for the number of police officers that they have on duty. Now, the courts in New York are already backlogged tremendously and taking forever just to put new cases on the calendar. How much of a priority do you think New York courts will make of evictions when they're backed up with countless murder and rape and burglary cases already? Are you really going to evict a tenant who's an arsonist and likely to firebomb your building after you evict him? Are you really going to try and evict a gang of armed drug dealers who are openly selling drugs in your building? Are you really going to try and evict all the felons in your building who have stopped paying their rent simply because they don't want to, and by the way, they have guns? For those of you who have never lived in a high crime area amongst many criminals and you think this is no big deal because you want everyone to get a second chance, then here's what I want you to consider. The murder rates in cities with defunded police departments have literally skyrocketed. The idiot politicians in San Francisco who wanted the police departments defunded are now literally and publicly apologizing to the police and begging them to forgive them because life in San Francisco has become a hellscape. Despite serious efforts to hire new police officers for the San Francisco Police Department, city officers and applicants in other cities and states are ignoring the San Francisco job postings for police officers. Why? Because they all know how completely insane the politicians in San Francisco are. When you're buying something like a rental property and the city makes it impossible for you to control it by taking away your God-given right to decide who you will rent to, then the value of that asset drops dramatically. It means nobody will want to buy it. So, because of that, countless landlords are panic selling and trying to dump their rentals as quickly as possible. You are now witnessing a fire sale of rental property in New York. By the way, for those people who think that they will move in when the price hits rock bottom and they'll get the deal of a lifetime and they'll make a ton of money, wait. Watch what happens next. Because this crazy new rule isn't close to being the worst thing they're planning on implementing. If only 10% of what we're hearing about the future plans of New York City and the plans it has for landlords and rental property are true, then the new landlords would be better off rolling around naked on broken glass now than buying rental property in New York at any price. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you please post a link to today's episode on your social media to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye.